did happen to you today? How would your family be impacted, particularly those who are relying on you? Is there a plan in place for the bad days that all of us will inevitably face? Just like the best time to prepare for the storm is before storm season arises, so too is it best to prepare for the toughest seasons of your life during these times, which are relatively good and free from the storms. If you don't feel confident that you're prepared for those bad days ahead, either for yourself or your family, give Patrick Hyland a call right now. 813-966-1052. That's 813-966-1052. Patrick has insurance solutions and years of experience helping people plan for their financial future and guiding them through the storms of their lives. When it comes to matters of health, finances, and the challenges that go along with getting older, Patrick's experience can help you find the right answers. You can't ensure that bad days ahead won't happen, but you can insure yourself against the worst possible scenarios. So buy yourself some peace of mind while your skies are still peaceful and call Patrick Hyland today, 813-966-1052. 966-102. And if you're a veteran, we thank you for your service.
Eight nine 1860. Anywhere else, toll free 877-969-8600. And now your host, Patrick Hyland.
All right. As my man Matthew McConaughey would say, from Texas. And they did all right. 52-37. Mr. Archie Manning, looking good. That kid's starting to come around. They expected him to play like his granddad, first game out of the box. Unbelievable expectations. So congratulations to them. And want to thank our military, because freedom isn't free. God bless the men and women of our armed forces. We'll have the Army-Navy game here in a few weeks. Always a cool thing. And we got to talk about Navy. They got a shot to be in this championship playoff bracket situation. I'd love to see one of our armed forces in there.
They got assuming Tulane beats Charlotte, and they will, then you're going to be looking at Tulane and Navy for number 12.
There you go. And
that's that.
Yeah. Yep, they'll put them at number 12, and they'll probably play Ole Miss or
number 5,
which would probably be Ole Miss, because I don't see them losing to Mississippi State. And then we'll see what happens, with that. Don't want to forget our policemen and women out there. God bless you guys and gals out there patrolling the streets, keeping it safe, keeping it, clean here in Tampa. Keep it classy, Tampa Bay. And keeping classy is teaching your kids proper etiquette when they go to school. Teachers need a little assistance and help on that, because they can't do it all. Too many kids, not enough resources, and the curriculum is something to be looked at, and we'll leave it at that. Scott's real good about talking about the school board and somewhere that needs to change. And our first responders, don't want to forget them. Without them, a lot of people love. And with Thanksgiving coming up, that's important. And also, please, that are retired, and even still, we the number 22. It's great when it's talking about football, because there's probably a dozen 22s out there that are in the Hall of Fame, and those guys could play. But when it comes to suicide, it's not. And there's help out there for you guys and gals, veterans or not. We need to help out during the holidays, Thanksgiving and Christmas, when there is suicide. So please get help. And if you know of anybody that needs help, the old saying, I always have a cup of coffee, always have a beer, always have, something for you to eat. And you always have an ear to listen to. We need to all work together on that and help people out.
I like the order you put that in, though.
Well, of course,
Give you a cup of coffee to wake you up. We'll give you a beer to get you drunk, and we'll give you.
Exactly. There you go.
All right. Here at the Care About You and Your Health and Well-Being.
Hey, at least I didn't say Winston Cup and give you a cigarette. Yeah, so there we go. There we have it.
Well, don't forget to tell our folks
what's going on, brother.
They can watch us on YouTube.
Good old YouTube.
They could see us on what is it? At Sports Zone Tampa.
At the
Zone in Tampa.
Love it. Love it. Ohio State trampled Rutgers 42-9.
That's what happens when a pro team plays in the college ranks.
Wow. You think I think they're not going to win it all. I'll make that prediction. State doesn't win it all. You and me.
I'm in.
Okay, what should we do? You and I. We'll think a nice lunch. Winner has to buy a nice lunch at. I'm going to give them a shout out because they've done a lot of good for my insurance buddies by setting up events. Bash comes.
Okay.
Bash comes.
That's
lunch.
short drive from me.
I know it
I
is.
don't. Joshua, you want to get in on this?
Oh, I think they're going to win. I think they're going to win it all again. I think they should win it all relatively easily too. I mean,
I'm not going to go 2-1 now. I'm sorry. I don't
Oh,
feel
I
that
would.
sexy.
I'll go 3-1.
No. What I'm saying is I'm not going to. You both are probably right. I'm doing it more of I just want to see something different. That's all. I want to see somebody. I want to see Ole Miss win it. I want to see Indiana win it. That's me. And I think they can be upset. I do. It's not easy. They're going to have to go.
Do you know what impresses
3 in a
me?
row.
You know what impresses me
Easy.
about watching a game and watching the sideline? They are so organized. So even at calm, you watch them and it's just, I know they can't beat a pro team, but I'll tell you what, they look like a pro team.
Well, it's funny you would say that. Okay, now we'll go down the list and then we're going to talk about your Tulane Green Wave and that 12th seed because I have some difference of opinion on that, and I think you and I are going to be in a difference of opinion. And I don't know where Josh is going to be on this, but it'll be fun discussion. Texas A&M took care of Samford. Georgia took care of Charlotte 35-3.
That was a nail biter.
Yeah. So I feel pretty good about Tulane taking care of Charlotte after getting pummeled by Georgia. So,
well, they haven't won a game yet. So,
yeah, please. So, Oregon and USC. This is something. Riley Green. I like the guy. I think he's done okay. Expectations at USC are high, maybe too high. They're starting to come down on him a little hard. Josh, let me ask you this. Do you think they're coming down too hard on Lincoln or? It's.
You said Riley Green at first, so you threw me
Did I
off
really?
because
I'm sorry.
He is an outfielder for.
Man, I'm thinking about fantasy baseball already. Dear God,
saying, man, we've got a sport going here now.
So what are you asking?
Lincoln Riley is what I meant.
Right. What about that? Does he do a good job, bad job?
Yeah.
I think he does a very good job, and I also think that he could be a dark horse poached away to go to one of these jobs.
Thank you.
That are opening up. No,
So,
I think he's a very, very solid coach. Yeah, it depends on who's going to be willing to pony up. I mean, this whole Ole Miss situation and everything right now, it's very interesting. Saban was talking about yesterday how they feel like they need to kind of reel it in a little bit and try to figure it out. But I mean, Lane at this point, you're antagonizing your own fan base. Just the comments and the different things. I mean, do your thing, get your money, but very, I don't want to say child, but just, kind of a troll,
But
immature sometimes.
Guys, let's be honest. In the world of sports, coaches and GMs as a job requirement have to be exceptional liars. Especially in situations like this.
Well, how about not liars, but they don't have to give all the information, which I know withholding information is the same as lying.
Our old offensive coordinator went to the Jaguars.
Sure.
Okay. He lied. They all do it. Let's not be shocked by it. And
but
you know what?
They don't have to, though, Scott. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, they do.
No.
Yeah, they do.
I'm not going to comment on that. I'm not thinking, whatever
not
happens.
Commenting on it is just as bad as lying about it. I mean, they're
when I say I'm not going and I'm not going to comment on it, come on, they're different. Come on now.
Okay.
All right. I mean, at the end of the day, they're not, Scott.
Wouldn't it be better to say I'm not going, especially if you're still in the middle of some games left?
And then if you go, then what?
Then at least you're saying you're not going to give your players that reassurance, and they're lying.
Yeah.
But at least the players aren't.
How about no poaching until the end of the football season would be nice.
We've talked about that because the season ends at different times for different teams and recruiting never stops. And there's other guys, they need to figure out their situation. So do you agree with that? Reportedly, they gave him a deadline It was like, hey, we need to know what your decision is
Yeah,
going to be.
I would
by-
agree with that. You
So
know,
you
No,
think
but
you
what's the
should do
concept?
that?
We're giving you a deadline, Mr. Kiffin. If you don't tell us by Tuesday, then what? They're not going to fire him.
He's right.
Then what?
To it, and all it does is just you're putting the kids in and force him to do that. And this happened a couple years ago where it actually surprisingly didn't leak. He supposedly had a team only meeting. He told him, "Hey, I'm gonna stay," and then it came out that
Here's
he
the
was actually
funny
gonna
Tom,
stay.
thing.
Tom Brady, if you don't sign with us at New England in the next 2 days, you're gone.
okay.
Who
And you're not
believes
gonna do that
that?
in
And
the
you're
middle
not
of a
doing that.
playoff race. You're not gonna do that.
I think you could say it in a more professional way. Look, after the Mississippi State game, the Egg Bowl on Friday, can you please, with class, let us know Saturday your intention?
No,
Nope.
Nope.
I'm
Nope.
worried about coaching my team right
Nope.
now.
nope. You know
Oh.
what? Fire me, pay me my $80 million that I still have left, and then I'll go do what I want. If you're going to be that way. No, they're not going.
I can't ask you for some professional courtesy. No, I just got to wait.
That's
You can
weak.
ask.
You can ask. Now
Right.
we're all going back to
The main
They
goal is
lie.
to win a national championship.
Right on.
It should be, and so anything else is just it's a
How
side
about
note.
him not making a decision till after the year? Period.
but they gave him a deadline.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, the team doing that feels to me it's like
It's wrong.
you're hustling backwards.
It's wrong. And why do they lie? That's why they have to lie. They have to. It's part of the job requirement.
Yeah, I just, it's funny, while we're on this show, I'm sure there'll be another sighting of Lane Kiffin in a plane going somewhere.
But
course,
so
I'm
it
being
wasn't
funny.
him, right? It was
He
his
didn't
wife
go, it
and
was his
kids,
family.
or-
I know.
Yeah. So I
I'm just
mean,
saying, it's just, here's what I don't get. I don't know why he'd leave. I really don't. This is what's baffling to me, guys. His son's high school stud quarterback at probably the best place in Mississippi, okay, to get a state championship and get a name and love and life, uprooting the family for what? To go to LSU, they're fighting with Brian Kelly right now. If I'm him, I'm going, I want to go into that nightmare when they love me here. That's like me leaving my wife who loves me and takes care of me and I take care of her. But Sally Susan's Patrick, come on over here with me and it'll be okay. But I just kicked my husband out because I didn't like that he snored at night. Oh yeah, let me go
I
to that
wanna know
opportunity. That's great.
Who in the sports world even thought 5 ago Lane Kiffin would be
Yeah,
in
isn't it
this
crazy? I mean,
position?
he was at FAU.
He was
just
nothing.
Nothing.
He had
He was
fallen off of
fallen to-
grace, and
yeah.
his dad couldn't save him.
Nope.
I
he
mean,
was-
this is kind of a hot take. I think he's become overrated right now in terms of this
Yes,
coaching search.
I agree.
He's done a lot of things. He has a long resume because he started at such a young age. He doesn't have that many crazy top 10 wins. It's not like they're coming out here and pulling off these giant
He's-
upsets.
he's
You
had
know
a-
how it is.
beat-
Who's hot, Josh?
Beat an LSU team that isn't that great. I'm just saying there's other guys out there that I would rather have.
Right.
And because, like, as FSU, the other state school here, everyone is expecting Norvell to get fired.
Yeah.
Has
And
Kiffin
so again,
got-
there's
yeah.
I wouldn't be upset if one of these other candidates wind up coming to us. 'Cause
No, it'd be great.
I think the talent pool is better than is being given credit for. Just Lane knows how to command a camera. He's
Has-
polarizing. He's
Has he gotten
entertaining. And so
better?
I think the
Yeah.
hype surrounding Lane is over.
You're right, Josh.
the
But
actual
here's what I got to
production.
say. One good thing about Lane Kiffin, with what he has had to work with at Mississippi, he's got the Jims and the Johns. I've always said, you can't always get on the coach. You got to have the horses. But, backup quarterback comes in. He's coaching that kid to victories.
There's no
And,
doubt
you
he's a good coach. Is he a great at this level head coach? He grew up around the game.
Yeah.
That gives him it just through osmosis.
Sure.
It gives him the intelligence.
Amen.
His dad being the coach
Yeah.
he was. If
Monty
his
was on.
last name was not Kiffin, he would not have been given 7 lives. I believe that.
Oh, 110%.
Yeah, no doubt.
That's yeah.
that's-
He's a nepo baby.
Yep.
And that doesn't.
but
it doesn't
is he
automatic-
proving? Is he?
He's earned it now,
well,
but not
He's
everybody
earned
gets
it.
that
Let me
shot.
tell you this: to me, I think the 2 worst recruiting territories in the SEC are Oklahoma and Arkansas.
Yeah.
And Arkansas hasn't been able to do anything, but Oklahoma, Brent Venables, has turned. Playing in the SEC. Look at what Texas and Oklahoma are doing.
Arkansas's, because there's some big money from Arkansas alumni. I can see them getting better in a few years, Josh. And then they'll recruit the
They
guys.
once again, if they have a good coach. To be
Amen to
able to
that,
do
bro.
it like we've been saying about Signetti and
The
Indiana.
last good.
Wow. Yeah.
Can you name them?
I'm going to give Houston Nutt some credit. I thought he was a decent coach. Were you thinking Frank Broyles? Were you going to go really deep school?
I mean, that's the last one I can remember.
I know.
mean,
Yeah, I mean that was really good. But Houston did the job with what he had to work with. I'll give him that much. I liked him. He was funny too. You're right about the polarizing and Lane Kiffin being fun. We better take a quick time out here on AM 860. The Answer. You're listening to the Sports Zone. We appreciate it. Hang in there with us. We'll finish up with the college, and then we're going to hit the pros. Some interesting games this week. We'll be right back. Hi, folks. You've heard about
All right.
Opportunity Knocks. Better answer the door. Well, guess what? There's a new meat market right across from Armwood High School called Opportunity Knocks, taking care of everybody out there when it comes to restaurants with their food. Well, guess what? Now you get restaurant quality right at Opportunity Knocks across from Armwood High School. You won't go wrong. It's football season. We're right in the meat of it, pun intended, and you can't beat it. Grilling it, frying it, however you want to do it, we'll make it happen at Opportunity Knocks, next to Martha's Restaurant.
Happy Sunday from the Sports Zone with Patrick Highland. And we do hope that it's a happy day and that everything is going as well for you and your family as it possibly can. That today is a good day and that you have many, many more good days in front of you. But no matter how well any of us are doing on this good day, the unfortunate reality of life remains that all of us are likely to face bad days in the future, no matter how distant that future may seem right now. When it comes to matters of health, particularly as we and our loved ones get older, it's predictable that all of us are likely to face hard challenges the longer we live, and that is multiplied by the amount of people we are directly responsible for. You may not want to ask yourself this question, but what if something unexpected happened to you today or tomorrow? How would your family be impacted, particularly those who are relying on you? Is there a plan in place for the bad days that all of us will inevitably face? Just like the best time to prepare for the storm is before storm season arises, so too is it best to prepare for the toughest seasons of your life relatively good, free from the storms. If you don't feel confident that you're prepared for those bad days ahead, either for yourself or your family, give Patrick Highland a call right now. 813-966-1052. That's 813-966-1052. Patrick has insurance solutions and years of experience helping people plan for their financial future and guiding them through the storms of their lives. When it comes to matters of health, finances, and the challenges that go along with getting older, Patrick's experience can help you find the right answers. You can't happen, but you can insure yourself against the worst possible scenarios. So buy yourself some peace of mind while your skies are still peaceful and call Patrick Highland today. 813-966-10. That's 813-966-1052. And if you're a veteran, we thank you for your service.
Welcome back to the Sports Zone. Let's get back to the discussion. In Hillsboro, 813-289-1860. Anywhere else, toll free 877-969-8600. And now your host, Patrick Highland.
Lane's biggest fan.
All right. We're back. And Vito, you're on the line. We're going to get you in 30 seconds, young man. Tulane's biggest fan, Vito Antifermo.
Vito
Anyway.
is now Tulane's #1 fan.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I know.
I'll tell you, Pittsburgh beating Georgia Tech was not good for a lot of people, but the Hurricanes liked it. And Vandy, are they still in the hunt there? Ranked number 14 at 45. Or maybe who's better to play in the championship game, Vanderbilt or Tulane? Vito, with that question, I would love to hear your answer. Welcome to the show, Vito.
What's going on, gentlemen?
Buddy, you ready for some NFL football?
Of course.
Good,
You know how it
good.
goes.
Did you hear my question, young man?
Tulane,
Or Vanderbilt? Who should play in that?
well, I've got to win the conference first.
Okay.
Okay, so let them beat North Texas. Keeps throwing up 50 points every
They've
every
already
week.
beat
So
them, Vito.
Win this year?
Yes.
Oh, really?
Tulane beat North Texas. I believe it was 47-35.
I just like to know what year that was.
This year, Vito.
It sounds like
Oh, really?
he knows.
Can you give me a date?
Yeah, I believe it was the second game of the season. It might have been the third, but I believe the second game of the season.
So-
Joshua, can you confirm for us?
Well, let's see.
And I believe it was at North
It
Texas.
sounds like Vito knows what he's talking about on this one. I think he came in and he's making it a little Tulane.
Well, listen. Yes, last week I was
Didn't they
very
beat 'em?
unprepared, okay.
Yeah,
Very unprepared
2024.
last week, so
Come on, Levinson, get in the game. Go ahead, Vito.
last week I was very unprepared. I sounded like a jamoke, like a fanoke. All right. So I wanted to make sure this time I did not have that, unprofessionalism, not being prepared. Prepared today, gentlemen. North Texas has one loss. It was to USF. It wasn't to Tulane.
was.
They didn't play Tulane this year.
No, they have
How about
not
them
yet.
Bulls?
Let
Speaking
'em-
about
let
the
'em-
Bulls.
Wait. Let them keep going down the Tulane lane.
Okay.
I don't have to.
So why don't I see top 25 when I pull up the
That's a good question. That's a pretty good question.
Not
I
only
mean, hey, you look at these, right? They did not play each other yet this year. North Texas has got their loss to the Bulls, South Florida.
Mhm.
They've beaten everybody else, beaten everybody in their division. Up to this point, they got to play Temple next week, who Tulane just dismantled. So that's probably going to be a win. So they don't have any common, armalities other than the fact that they played a bunch of the same teams. Now, if you want to look at something, Tulane has a point differential of about, I don't know, maybe 40, 50 points. North Texas, like 250 points. So, if you want to use that as a litmus test, okay, whatever. If not, common opponents, they're about the same as far as the record goes. They've all played a lot of AAC guys. North Texas loss was to, South Florida, who, whatever. And I think Tulane's loss was to Louisville, if I'm right, I think. I think Louisville and South Florida. Oh, no, Ole Miss. I'm sorry, they lost to Ole Miss. Now, obviously, Ole Miss is a better team, but I like to see Tulane play North Texas to see, and I really do think. Now, this is different from last week. The winner of that game, as long as they obviously win the next game, the winner of that game should get a shot over Vanderbilt, whoever it is.
they're guaranteed, I believe, the 12th spot. And the problem is North Texas, if Navy runs out and wins out and Tulane wins out, North Texas has no shot.
Why would you say that?
Because I believe, isn't Navy number one in the conference right now?
No, doggy. They're 8-2. Tulane and North Texas would probably face each other for that spot to make it. But what I'm thinking, Vito, tell me what you think about this, because obviously they're going to continue to expand. We're going to expand the playoffs. We're not going to stay at 12. It'll go to 16. What if we give every single conference champion, there's 9 of them, so they get 9 bids automatically, 9 conference champions. You win your conference, you're in, and then you fill out the last 5 at large bids with whoever it is. Figure those out there.
Would be 7, kid.
7. Excuse me. Thank you. I was still on the other. And so then, figure it out from there. 7. That's enough for the Big Ten and the SEC to get their fix. And I think that is the best way to go about it.
Really?
We're going to 16.
I don't hate that idea, Josh. But I will tell you this: you're gonna, within basketball, the 68 teams that get a shot, and we know that a lot of them ain't gonna make it. But on any given day, the 16 seed. Oh wait, what happened? One, sorry, but there's been a couple of 15 seeds. You see a bunch of 14, a truckload of 12. So these teams could go out there and for 60 minutes beat a team that they would lose to 19 other times. That can happen. In this realm, I don't know if you get a team from the MAC. I don't care how good they are. Come beat anybody in the Power 4 or Power 3. I'd like to see that window close a little bit, or that gap close a little bit, where you get a team like North Texas or Tulane or You know, we got the teams in the other divisions that aren't half bad, that, you know, are undefeated right now or one losses, and, you know, they're close to being ranked because of the schedule. They don't play nobody. You know, they don't get it. They don't get a take. But I like the Cinderella, Josh. I like that. I like, you know, but in football, man, I don't know, man.
So
Can you
Go watch a movie, guys, if you want a Cinderella story. Okay, I've had enough.
So in
Dear God.
regards to the Cinderella thing, look, if you give the 9 to the conference champions, one of the smaller conference champions would be your Cinderellas in this situation.
Yeah, I want to see
No,
Eastern Illinois
but-
play Mississippi. That's boy,
but-
I'm gonna be stuck to my
so-
TV for that one.
The counter there is that Cinderella never actually wins. It's those first few rounds that are the fun part. That's the good run up. When it gets to the end in your final 4 teams, we want the 4 best teams. No, like you're saying, the clock turns midnight, but Cinderella can go home then. But it would allow
Right,
for a
but then
little
you-
bit more entertainment and fun on the
I
onset.
would rather see Michigan play Ole Miss than Tulane play Ole Miss. That's me, because I think it's going to be a better game.
So then why have the regular
Well,
season?
if you know what, I don't.
Sorry,
disagree
Scotty.
with you, Highland, on the fact that you look at the MAC right now.
Yeah,
The leader of the MAC has 4 losses right now.
yeah.
So does it deserve? To be
Please,
in the
come
playoffs?
on, stop. I don't want to
know.
see
I don't
that.
know.
Patrick.
And you know what? You know why I'm gonna be right this time, and I shouldn't be, because it's the Benjamins, baby.
Patrick, didn't you say the same thing in the bowl game a few years ago when
Well,
Tulane beat Oklahoma? Didn't you say I'd rather see someone else play, and they beat them? Not only they beat them,
It
the
didn't mean anything.
the Cinderella team
And
was
USF
down.
beating Auburn meant something.
Hold on. The Cinderella Tulane was down by 7 with 3 minutes left and came back and won the game.
Okay.
That's why they play those
Yeah, and
games.
Patrick, I mean, the way you're framing it, then basically there's only one team who's going to be happy, and at the end of the season, the team who wins the national championship, and everyone else can just take their bag and go home. It doesn't matter. That's not. You're missing out on what college football is all.
Not anymore.
For some, there is though.
All
And
right.
that is what makes Boise State win and USF beating Auburn so much more special. App State blocking the kick in Michigan.
There's always a Bobby Boucher in the wings, baby.
Oh,
There's
And look,
always
if-
Bobby.
guys are
When
killing
they
me.
do expand it, Patrick,
Go ahead.
then they will have more games. That's too much wear and tear on these young kids. So then you will eliminate some of these cupcake matchups. And you'll have more
that'll-
standardized
so,
conference
hey,
scheduling.
if that's my choices, Josh, you've won me over.
Because you can't play back to backs like in March Madness. You can't play
Right.
2 and 3 and that sort of thing. You can't. They have.
You're saying is won't have Alabama playing Eastern Illinois this time of year. Thank
exactly.
God.
But look,
Good.
I mean, look we're looking so far.
50
ahead.
56
that,
nothing.
that might be
So-
a good
A&M
game.
Stanford 48-0. What type of football is that?
So Vito, right now the way things are going, especially after Notre Dame opened up a can of booty whooping,
Mhm.
pardon my French there, yesterday, what was it, 70 points? Do you think that head-to-head win lost to Miami to start the season should matter more? Because it looks like right now Notre Dame will get in and Miami will be left out.
Well, obviously, it's what for you. You know, what have you done for me lately? So, just because of the human element of time, that loss is not as prevalent as the loss of that happened.
So Notre Dame's
Should it
AD
be?
is brilling it
I don't
early.
know.
Absolutely.
Well,
Well, hey, man,
that's
you
an
know,
interesting thing.
I
That's
think it's
interesting.
great. And the team, hey, if, you know, the team that lost in the NFL the first game of the week, maybe we should make that a playoff tiebreaker too and say it doesn't mean as much. Yeah, I like that idea. Come on.
Well,
man.
then college football should just go get rid of the APP, get rid of the coaches.
Oh,
And
Vito,
go
that's
ahead
the
and
most
go
intelligent
record.
thing you've ever
Buy
said in your
record.
whole life.
You know what I
You
do?
the man today.
You
buddy.
know, I'm not saying I agree with this, but I do think what will happen eventually, the Big Ten and the SEC will just start their own thing. And it'll basically be that'll be the Super College Football Conference. So they'll call it whatever. NCAA won't have anything to do with it. And then everyone else will kind of be
That's it.
secondary.
We've been
Like the AFC and the NFC.
Whatever they go to, they're going to be. It's going to change. Like it keeps changing, keeps
How
evolving.
many-
If you want to use that word, but
How many
it's not
SECs
gonna, 10
are
years
in
it
the
won't
top
be the same
10?
as it is now.
All of them.
Oh, good question by Mr. Levinson. He wants to know. We got Georgia, Texas A&M. We have Alabama.
Yeah. Alabama's still in the top 10.
Oh, no, why? There. Okay. Anyway, Oklahoma, SEC now. So Oklahoma.
Hold on. You automatically say that as if there's other teams behind them that are so much more deserving than Alabama. What is that?
3. How many losses they got?
2. And they were against good teams. And I still miss our boy Charles down in Sarasota, man. Love to hear from him. But anyway, Miami, Florida. They're not gonna
Alabama's 9-2, man.
right.
I mean, that FSU loss is bad because of how bad FSU is. But again, it's not
First game of the year. Notre Dame loses to Miami. First game of the year.
There's a much difference between Miami and FSU.
Oh yeah, I'm just saying first game of the year. Scott.
This is what I was asking Vito again. What do you value more, your best win or your worst loss? They beat Georgia.
Oh. I think the worst loss should affect it more than your best win.
See, I love what Nick Saban said because I had thought about that as well. But he was like, there are teams that are going to have hiccups along the way, but you want to see who plays the best at their best. And so that's why that top win, because you're actually seeing head-to-head, man-to-man, who steps up and does better, which is where Miami should get credit, but those 2 losses are bad, and Notre Dame has looked like an absolute juggernaut.
I'm with your pop on that one. I'm about the loss. Vito, what about you? Best win, best loss, worst loss, pardon me.
Well, I think there is an individuality to that. If who play Florida? Meaning about schedule or something. Miami,
right?
They play what? Who they play next week?
Need your help there, Josh. I'm not sure who that Miami has next week.
Well, Pittsburgh, right? Because Pittsburgh got
the Berg. Yeah, they play the Berg.
Correct.
And that helped. That helped.
So, and that'll mean something for the ACC.
Right.
Title.
If Miami
beats
them,
if a team has a game, if a team has a game that's not prevalent, that's not really going to matter too much, and they go out and lay an egg in it.
Right.
All right. So do you look at that? Go, they were looking ahead.
Yeah.
Or do you go, they're looking at that? Well, you know what? Maybe they're not that good. And they just won 7 in a row and they lost to this ham and egg. But all right, well, it's a loss is a loss. So I think the losses and wins, they kind of determine on how it happens. When it happens shouldn't matter as much, but it does. But I think it's the how more than the when. Or you could do a Jordan Belfort and say, hey, don't judge me on my wins. Judge me on my losses.
There you go. That's why I like that.
But I don't think I think good teams have hiccups. I do.
But great
teams do not.
That.
Great teams do not.
As much as I hate to agree with Scott, that is true. Because the team will definitely will have a bad game. I'm willing to say here that if Georgia Tech plays Pittsburgh 10 times, Tech wins 7.
Yeah.
But last night was one of the 3 they didn't because they had 2 interceptions, 1 in the end zone that the guy didn't have to move. He caught it and it was a touchdown. So things of that nature happen, and sometimes the ball rolls in a direction. It's tough to make it roll in another direction. It's a 60-minute game. It's not a 6-day game. So once those things happen, things get out of hand, and before you know it, you got an L. When you probably didn't need to get it, or you probably, on other circumstances, wouldn't have got it. So, the loss sometimes I don't think is as bad as the good win. The good win, you don't get good wins unless you earn it.
Right.
Obviously, bad losses you earn as well, but sometimes, like I said, that ball rolls in a direction. With the wins, a big win, it's tough to compare to.
Vito, are you with Joshua and I or Patrick when it comes to Ohio State?
What about Ohio State?
They're saying they're going to win it all, no questions asked. I say they're going to get upset.
They're going to get upset?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, don't put me on that train. I will say this: they're beatable.
Yes,
they're beatable next week. Very beatable.
But it won't matter if they lose next week; they'll still be in it.
Agreed.
And is that right? Do we start eliminating these championship games? It's discussion. It really is.
I like the championship games, but they don't mean much other than a team getting an automatic bid that maybe they don't deserve. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't like the system way it is. I trust me, I love the 12-team thing. I would love 16, like Josh said. I would love the more the merrier for me.
I'd love 8, but that's me.
I don't like the bye weeks.
I don't either.
I do not like the bye weeks.
Yep. No, and or the cupcake weeks that needs to stop. Vito, we're up against another tough timeout. Glad you called in. That was a lot of fun today. And you take care. Have a happy Thanksgiving, my friend. And God bless you and the family.
Thank you guys and your family. Happy Thanksgiving. God bless. Have a good one.
Thanks, man. All right. You're listening to AM 860, The Answer to the Sports Zone. When we come back, we're just going to finish up a couple things with how the Hurricanes can get into the playoff system. And then we're going to head right into the NFL and talk about the Bucks and see how they're going to fare against the Rams out in LA. 820 special, baby. National TV for the Bucks. Let's hope they can pull it off. We'll be right back. Hi, folks. You've heard about Opportunity Knocks. Better answer the door. Well, guess what? There's a new meat market right across from Armwood High School called Opportunity Knocks, taking care of everybody out there when it comes to restaurants with their food. Well, guess what? Now you get restaurant quality right at Opportunity Knocks across from Armwood High School. You won't go wrong. It's football season. We're right in the meat of it, pun intended. And you can't beat it. Grilling it, frying it, however you want to do it, we'll make it happen at Opportunity Knocks, next to Martha's Restaurant.
Happy Sunday from the Sports Zone with Patrick Highland. And we do hope that it's a happy day and that everything is going as well for you and your family as it possibly can. That today is a good day and that you have many, many more good days in front of you. But no matter how well any of us are doing on this good day, the unfortunate reality of life remains that all of us are likely to face bad days in the future, no matter how distant that future may seem right now. When it comes to matters of health, particularly as we and our loved ones get older, it's predictable that all of us are likely to face hard challenges the longer we live, and that is multiplied by the amount of people we are directly responsible for. You may not want to ask yourself this question, but what if something unexpected happened to you today or tomorrow? How would your family be impacted, particularly those who are relying on you? Is there a plan in place for the bad days that all of us will inevitably face? Just like the best time to prepare for the storm is before storm season arises, so too is it best to prepare for the toughest seasons of your life during these times, which are relatively good and free from the storms. If you don't feel confident that you're prepared for those bad days ahead, either for yourself or your family, give Patrick Highland a call right now. 813-966-1052. That's 813-966-1052. Patrick has insurance solutions and years of experience helping people plan for their financial future and guiding them through the storms of their lives. When it comes to matters of health, finances, and the challenges that go along with getting older, Patrick's experience can help you find the right answers. You can't ensure that bad days ahead won't happen, but you can insure yourself against the worst possible scenarios. So buy yourself some peace of mind while your skies are still peaceful and call Patrick Highland today. 813-966-1052. That's 813-966-1052. And if you're a veteran, we thank you for your service.
Welcome back to the Sports Zone. Let's get back to the discussion. In Hillsboro, 813-289-1860. Anywhere else, toll free 877-969-8600. And now your host, Patrick Highland.
All right, folks, thanks for hanging in there with us. We're going to have a little fun just finishing up the college game here. If Miami beats Pitt next week, Josh, okay, and then who would they probably play in the ACC championship game, just out of curiosity? And I think, you know, they're deserving of making it to the show, just like Notre Dame. We said, I think BYU might be on the outside. It'll be very interesting. And then, you know, here's the funny thing. If it's Tulane, Scott, if it's Navy, if it's North Texas, and I'll even say this, they make it a 27-24 game. You know what? I'll eat my words. But if it's 4-10, and I hope
Can't rule out every year in the tournaments, the games.
Don't be picking on the Gators, man. Okay.
To
They're
Gators,
down.
to
Quit kicking them in the
To
ribs.
Gators standards.
Wow. Really?
All right, for Miami to make it, and then Virginia Tech need to beat Virginia, and then Duke and SMU need to lose. They need help. So they'll need Duke and SMU to lose at least one more game.
Wow. So you're looking at Miami probably is going to be on the outside looking in.
So that's what I'm. Obviously, if they win the ACC, there's no question about it. But this
Right,
is all
but they're not going to get a chance to win it the way it looks.
exactly. So
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
just what I go back to. Notre Dame's overall resume is more impressive,
Okay.
but they lost head to head. Like,
Yeah.
this is, I mean,
Well, that's the question of the day, and then we got to really go through the NFL here. Scott, question to you: on a scale of 1 to 10, what should head to head matter? 6 out of 7, 7 out of 10, or is it the cutoff for Scott Levinson? When you're grading a team out, I beat you straight up, and we're both pretty dead even. Since I beat you straight up, I'm in, or that was the first game of the year. Scott's resume is a little bit better than Patrick. Yes, we know Patrick beat him straight up, but Scott's resume is better. Scott gets in, Patrick
if
doesn't.
teams have the same records,
Same record, and I beat you straight up.
then they win.
Period, right?
I
That's how you and I
believe that.
feel.
That is how. Again,
That should be the
that
number
is
one tiebreaker,
how
right,
the
boss?
NFL does it. That is
Thank you very
how
much.
NBL does it. That is how NBA does it.
Well, and it's funny you would say that's another reason I have a problem with this division crap. If you and I split, then we go to the division.
I got no problem with that because you're playing the same teams. I have no issue with that if you play the same exact teams
Okay.
using the division.
Okay.
The problem when you use a division or conference in college is you don't play all the teams.
That's true. I'll give
in
you
the
that one.
NFL, you're playing
That's a
every
good point,
team in
Scott.
your division twice. I'm okay with that being a tiebreaker qualification.
and that's why you'll see the Big Ten will have 16 teams, the SEC will have 16 teams, and it'll be the AFC and the NFC. I do think that's where we're headed.
I've been saying that for 10 years.
That is a great segue to move to the NFL.
Yes, it is, baby. NFL, Colts at the Chiefs, baby. 1 o'clock kicking off. Patrick Mahomes against Danny Dimes, resurrected, baby. The Baker Mayfield. Who's going to pull that off? Scott says, Patrick, your boy Mahomes down and out.
How was it? How you think he's doing?
He's hurting, brother. He's hurting. So we'll
He's
see.
not down and out.
No, I know. I'm joking.
I just don't think he's got that Mahomes this year. Will the team on his own?
Fair enough. So this
That
week,
is
though,
what I think. Not that he's not a great quarterback. Not that
No,
he's
of course
still
not.
doing having a great year. I just don't think when it's down and dirty, I don't think Mahomes can do it on his own anymore.
so who's going to win? Colts at the Chiefs.
I'm going Colts.
Okay. This is a must win for the Chiefs. I like your pick on the Colts because they had the bye week. So they had an extra week to prepare. It's going to be a good game. I think this will be a fun one to watch. What do you think, Josh?
I think Chiefs get it done. This is still, you got to believe in them. I don't want to count them out until
Yeah.
they're actually out. So until then, got to keep riding
They've
them.
been Tay-Tay-terized.
But this whole Mahomes thing, the big thing about the Chiefs, their defense has been incredibly elite
Yeah.
for years,
Yep.
which I got overshadowed by Mahomes.
You're right.
And so where I think the offense is relatively the same, even maybe their pass catching talent could be even worse. I mean, he's had a really bad string of luck. Kelsey's a lot older. That's a huge part of
It
it.
is.
But Pat can't play defense.
no, he can't. Can
See
he,
what
brother?
happens when you try following Tay-Tay all over the play.
You're funny, man. Taylor Swift. Oh,
It's been
gosh.
downhill ever since.
Oh, some people say Trailer Swift. So anyway, it's
Oh,
kind of fun.
stop.
Oh my, it's crazy. And Travis Swift, it's kind of funny, guys. But anyway, we'll see what happens. How about the Steelers at the Bears? Looks like Mr. Aaron will not be playing today, right, Joshua?
That is correct.
The
Sorry,
Bears.
the Bears. And then we got Mason Rudolph throwing the rock for Steelers. He's been around the league for a while, so we'll see what he can do. But I think the Bears win this 27-17. Josh, give me a number.
I think it might be closer than that.
Okay.
The Bears have been winning so many games in a row. I think
Barely.
I think
You're
they're
right.
a good team. There's got to be some regression. There's got to be a ball that doesn't
Yeah.
bounce their way.
Where
or
are they
something
playing?
Like that.
They're
It's in Chicago.
Weather.
It'll be a little windy, but that's about
That's
it.
what, on paper, everything lines up. The Bears should win. They're the better team.
That's what
it looks
scares
that
you,
way,
doesn't it, Mr.
but-
Investor?
Yeah, I don't know.
Put a
Patriots at
dome
Bengals.
over them.
Oh,
sorry.
absolute good
Sorry.
idea, Scott.
Stop.
That was a great idea.
That's one team I would never want to see a dome
Oh
over.
no, we want to see snow.
I think Patriots roll. Look, we talked about these rookies
Scott.
taking off in the second half of the season. Mr. Hendo, he should eat. Stephon Diggs has a beautiful matchup today.
Doesn't
Could
he
see
though?
100 and a tutty.
Mm-hmm.
I think they win by a touchdown.
Now, speaking about that, Jamar Chase is back up. That kid, he might have a decent game.
Yoshi,
Yeah,
Yoshivas,
Yeah.
Andre Yoshivas,
yeah.
T. Higgins.
What do you think?
I think T. Higgins.
Well,
will
sure, but that kid's not a bad.
he's fine. If you need a dart throw,
Exactly.
I
Just
just-
to let the people know,
what-
because Jamar Chase is out. I'm sure most fantasy guys know, but just throw it out there. Josh, okay, before you yell at me, okay? Okay. Because he hates when I go against anything.
I just think playing a Weenie Hut Junior League, you
Wow.
want to have bumpers up, and like if you would want.
Well, here we go. We already Tommy, did you hear the question with you, young
Bumpers.
man?
What?
Some respect, kid.
Now,
Chase considered IR for this. Unfortunately, I won't sell my point.
No.
Hopefully, when you have, let me Bella, because he was suspended, it was first out the bye weeks. It should be
Physical distancing.
I'm saying.
And he just blatantly
Oh
lied
yeah,
about
that
it.
I didn't like. It's like, really, dude? No, I don't know, Josh. So I've talked to a lot of fantasy guys this week. They said because it was unforeseen, Patrick, I'll give that one to you, but please don't tell me bye week should be IR places. So it's funny how everybody has their, I know you're not really into it, Scott. You had fun last year. I wish we would have got the league this year.
I mean,
Maybe next year's
I
fun.
like fantasy. It's just, to me, it's a lot of work, and
Yeah,
I'm
it
not
is.
a gambler. I
know.
do it for recreation.
Sure.
So
Well, and there's Josh's point. I like to do it for recreation too. He likes to do it as really a chess match, just like a lot of other guys. Vito is like that. So it's all, smart aleck with his bumpers, but that's what it all comes down to. What do you like? But anyway, Giants at the Lions. Okay. Jackson Dart is out. James will start again, Scotty boy. Our boy Jameis Winston. I hope he gives the Lions a game. That would help out the Bucs. And I like the Lions. I don't think the Lions beat them by more than 10, Josh. Do you? I mean, they could. It's not a game I would
Yeah,
invest,
I
but
think you remember how the Lions looked on, was that Sunday night or Monday night? I think it was Sunday night.
Sunday
Either
night
way,
bust.
where they just kept going for it on fourth down over
Yeah.
and over and over. The offense really couldn't get it going. I
Yeah.
think they bounced back and explode today. I think 30 plus.
Oh, so it could be like, you wouldn't be surprised at a 30-14 game or 35-21.
I would not be surprised.
So
I'm
you think they'll cover?
I'm
Well,
taking that as my sleeper of the week.
let's go, Giants.
I think they get upset.
That would be cool, bro.
That's my
How
sleep of the
frustrated
week.
were you? Are you an old school guy or go for it guy?
Oh, it depends. I'm not too upset about.
I've never seen a team.
Yeah,
just-
yeah. I mean, if you feel it, you feel it. I don't have a problem with that. I think bad decisions, but if you feel it,
Nice.
what I don't like, Josh, I'll be old school till the day I die on this. I don't go for two unless we're under 10 minutes in the fourth quarter.
I
Period.
would go for two every time.
yeah,
Yeah,
everybody
every
has their own.
time.
I'm just like,
More
that's
points.
well. I'm just saying I don't want to. I'm only going to do it when I need it for two reasons. Because now you're a short yardage play. I want to have that one short yardage play like the Philly Flava. I love that play call. That was awesome.
The Philly
That's-
special.
yeah, I call it
But
Philly
guys,
Flava.
going
You
You
see
can't-
the
for it.
tush push? They actually called a penalty last week, and
Yeah.
I think it was the one time where it shouldn't have been a penalty.
silly.
The
It's gonna be. I think it's gonna get outlawed next year. I really.
I
do.
think they'll say
You agree?
under the guise of we can't officiate it. It's an impossible play to
it's
officiate.
going to, but
you should not be able to assist the runner in any form or fashion. The rule was like that forever, and then we
Yeah,
changed
I
it.
know,
It's
yeah.
ridiculous.
The NFL, Dan Patrick always makes great points. It's that they always add to the rules. They don't take away. They
You've
always just make
always-
it more confusing and more convoluted. And
Yeah.
it's like we need to.
you've
get
always
simple.
been able to
Good
push
point.
the pile.
No, boss.
You could put if there was a big,
They would blow the whistle though. So your point.
eventually, yes.
Yeah, back in the day, it would be blown
But
so quick.
it's-
And then you had the fumble with the instant replay. So don't blow the whistle, ref. Let's
But
see
guys,
the play end.
right now, the way the new kickoff
gotta go.
is, you're going to see more and more teams go for it all the time. All you need to gain is 25 yards on a drive, and you're in field goal range. Most drives.
Especially if you have a dome. So the Vikings at the great matchup there. We'll see how Jacobs does against. Oh, that's right. He's out, baby. So do you play his backup today, Josh? Do you feel good about that?
I think they'll probably be airing it out for the most part.
So you don't think the kid is worthy of putting in your
I mean,
lineup?
I think he's fine. I think he
Could he
be
get double digits today?
fantasy points?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just by mopping it out. I think the Packers should score, 3-4 touchdowns.
Now,
So he should be able to
now
get his.
do the Packers cover the 7, Josh?
It'll be. I think that's a sharp number. I
It
wouldn't
is.
take it one way or the other.
Thank
I think
you.
that's right on brand.
And what about the 41.5, though? That seems a little light to me.
Over.
Me too. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, good luck. Vikings or Packers, Scott?
Oh, I like the Vikings. I like their makeup this year. I just do.
What
Forget
about the male
record.
cheerleaders?
You know what? I'm really starting to like the one with the mustache.
Okay. Good deal.
I've really focused on his talent,
it's
and he's
okay.
gotten better as the years go on.
I understand, Rainbow Man.
So,
All right, Seahawks at the Titans. Okay, we're going to see if they can cover by 14. Josh, do you see that happening?
Yeah, I think they're very, very good. This is a spot where Darnold should shine.
Okay.
easy for you to say.
I mean, no, they're
Yeah.
very, very good. I think the Seahawks, they're right there. The Titans don't have it. I do think Malik Willis will be a good quarterback. Like if Brian Dabble ends up there,
Yeah,
he's made some nice.
I sure liked him
throws.
in college.
It gets overshadowed, and there's a lot of people but no, if they get some talent around that kid, he could really develop into something nice.
Here's another team, Here's another guy. Jets at the Ravens. Okay, the Ravens 5-5.
Yeah, I think
You know?
Ravens will keep rolling and blowing them out. We got to get to the Bucks.
How about the Buckaroos? Titans get 13.5. The Ravens get 13. One of the course, but I don't think it's a must-win game, if I may use that lingo.
No,
Go
it's-
ahead, Josh.
I agree. It's looking
Okay.
like the must-win games are going to be those two against Carolina at the end of the season.
Amen.
I think
I
they-
just don't. We're headed for another first-round exit, I think, and this could be the preview of who we play. If we do win the
Right.
division, it'll be the Rams or Seattle at home.
You're
We already
right.
beat Seattle, but I think the Rams are a better team. We're still too banged up. I just don't think we have it. I mean, getting a touchdown, I'd take the points there, I guess. But even then, this could be a big statement game for the Rams too. I think McVay could dice this up. Stafford does not get credit for how consistent he has been over his career. Like he's closer to Breeze and Rodgers than he gets credit for.
We talk about the Baker Mayfield story. He was only there for a couple weeks, but I know the media has to do something.
they
Fake
will.
airtime.
But Baker, he looked healthy last week.
Yeah, he did.
Do you
So we'll see what
it-
happens.
I don't think
He's
anyone
starting to do
realized
those bad turnovers
that
again.
was the
Yep.
yeah, but he ran the ball for the weeks they said
Yeah,
or 5 first time he
took off to make some yardage
Yes.
versus scrambling. You're right.
yes
Yeah,
that was
it looked good. I agree.
He ran strong.
cool.
How
He-
about my boy Sean Tucker?
I
How
love that
about my
kid.
boy Sean Tucker?
Love that kid. Maybe he can play well today.
Oh, he's gonna. He's
and I
RB1
hope
now.
Bucky gets his health and everything in order. God
would
bless
you
that
be
kid.
shocked if the Bucks won by 4?
No, they could win this game. Absolutely.
27-21 Rams.
You brought up Stafford and I brought up Mayfield. The reason I did that is, how cool will it be if Stafford and the Rams do win it all, as Clayton Kershaw won it all with the Dodgers this year on his, high note.
Yeah.
And then Stafford, two guys from the same high school win it in the same year. That'd be a pretty cool story, in my opinion. Some good football. Yesterday was a little rough watching college because they're just very sad. But you're going to have that the week before rivalry week and the week before the playoffs. Tampa Bay, God bless you. Thanks for tuning into the show. We appreciate you. Check out Opportunity Knocks if you need any meat and any other supplies right across from Armwood High School. They'll treat you right. God bless you, Tampa Bay.
Peace, Tampa Bay. Peace and respect.